Groovyy.
Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run it on house or knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career to death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Lostlegendstv. We are Ready to MC, and I'm Ray.
I'm James.
We are back with the next matchup of the hard bracket tournament.
And I'm really excited about this one because we've got
Evil Dead
versus Resident Evil. I was hoping we would get this matchup. Honestly, like whenever we were doing like the randomized shit out of this bracket, I wanted this to happen.
Here we are.
So let's get into it. Go ahead and break down Evil Dead for me.
Okay, so Evil Dead, you're introduced to Ash Williams, played by the iconic Bruce Campbell. Mm-hmm. Him and his friends, they go to this secluded remote cabin. Long story short, they accidentally played this tape about this professor who's reading out of this Necronomicon, who basically brings back these demons who possess all of his friends. Mm-hmm. Evil Dead 2, and there's a lot of confusion here. People think, but here's what happened. Evil Dead 2, the first half hour of it is recapping the first one because they lost the rights to it. Mm-hmm. So it's the same exact one. There's character changes, but you get the gist. All that stuff happens from the first one again. Ash has to behead his girlfriend, kill his friends. He's the last one left. At the very end, they're reading this passage out of the Necronomicon, which opens up this portal, which sucks them into this medieval time period where all hell is about to break loose from the Deadites, from the Necronomicon. Mm. That leads directly into 3, Army of Darkness, which is solely based on where he was putting this in this medieval section. And I mean, talking about they have a fucking war on their hands with all these Deadites, and they have these iconic scenes, like these indie scenes, and the special effects that they're known for. It's one of the things, like, it was so bad it was good. They eventually beat the Army of Darkness, and Ash goes back to his reality, which he works at S-Mart. At the very end of the scene, you see this Deadite. It's kind of a cliffhanger, you know? Mm-hmm. Next, you have the Evil Dead remake, which is a remake. I can't wholeheartedly call it a remake because Bruce Campbell had a cameo at the end, which means it's kind of a... Got to be canon. It has to be canon, but it's not. It's a remake, but it's not a remake due to that. Yeah. But that's going on a different tangent. It's the same movie, modernized. It's gorier. The special effects are done differently. Nonetheless, it's the same film.
Okay. And then we get into the Resident Evil franchise, where the first one takes place in there's the Umbrella Corporation, which you should know who they are if you've played the games or whatever. The Umbrella Corporation has this secret facility called the Hive, and they create a virus, the T virus, which causes these zombies to go crazy. And in the whole film, you got Alice, the main girl, and Matt working together to get through all the zombies. And then the ending was they separated Alice and Matt, and then she woke up. She woke up from a coma and realized like the outbreak had gotten worse. All right. In the second one, Alice wakes up from her coma. They're in Raccoon City, and the government basically like, well, we're going to seal in Raccoon City to keep it from going anywhere else. It's just going to be here. And she ends up saving Jill Valentine and Peyton Willis, who help her all the way. Basically, they decide they're going to try to incinerate the city to get rid of everything, and that doesn't work. So, like, after all that happens, Alice is taken to the Detroit facility, and she wakes from another coma, and she escapes with Jill and Peyton, who are disguised as Umbrella soldiers. But she sees like a flash of like the Umbrella Corp thing, the logo. Was it Project Alice is activated, and then bam, it sets up 3. And extension, they basically created an army of Alices to try to find one that had her same abilities, her powers, her moves, and they couldn't basically recreate it. And then Alice meets up with Redfield, or Chris. She finds out that she had been cloned. she goes crazy, like with a little group of friends and everything, to try to find Isaacs. And in the end, she basically sends a message to the Umbrella Corp saying, "Look, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna." And Alice is a bad bitch. Dude.
She's a bad bitch.
If you've watched these films, dude, she is bad. So in Afterlife, all of the Alice clones basically attack the headquarters of the Umbrella Corporation in Tokyo, and then. This dude named Wesker actually injects the real Alice with this like serum or whatever that takes away her superhuman abilities that she was given by in the earlier movies. Alice and Chris and a few others they find out that there's like this little ship that they have that they're testing on like they're testing on stuff on survivors. They get rid of Wesker and send a message to the survivors and attempt to kind of create a whole new safe haven, like a new place to live. In Retribution, Alice is rescued by this girl named Wong. She basically is told that they're going to fight this computer called the Red Queen, who controls everything that has to do with like Umbrella Corp and like the T-Virus and all that stuff. And that's basically the setup of that. But in the end, Alice gets injected with the T-Virus serum. Then you get to the last one where Alice is basically trying to find a way to get rid of the T-Virus stuff. She finds out the reason it was made was because the owner of the Umbrella Corp was trying to save his daughter. And in an attempt to do that, it did not work.
She went south.
Yeah. And it basically comes down where she finds like the cure and everything. And she's confronting Isaacs. And Isaac's clone comes out thinking he's the real Isaacs and kills the real Isaacs before being eaten by zombies. And then while all that's happening, Alice grabs the serum, drops it, and it just kills everything with the T-Virus, including the T-Virus inside of her. It doesn't kill her, just kills that. And she wakes up and then, like, she knows that, like, it hasn't gotten through the whole world, so she's basically just going to go out and do what she's got to do to finish it off.
The first thing we talk about, the first category, is plots, freshness, sequels. Who had the better story? Who kept it fresh throughout the franchise?
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is tough.
It really is.
And, like, I'm going to try my fucking best not to be biased right now. If y'all watch the channel, y'all should know I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. Like, fucking huge. I keep that thing on me.
Like, it's just sitting off screen. Just so y'all know.
But man, I mean, I will give credit where credit's due, regardless. But this is a really tough choice.
Here's my thing, okay? I feel like it's not like any of the Evil Dead movies are just bad. I mean, it might come off comical in some situations or whatever, but it still plays together well.
It does.
For me, I think even though Resident Evil, like, there's a lot of, like, just random killings and shit. Like, I know there's a lot of zombies and shit, but it takes away from it for me.
Kind of like some of the Alien movies.
But I do like the fact that throughout the entire franchise, they kept the same lead actress. You know what I mean? That's a big plot for me. They did the same thing for Evil Dead, except for 4, but they still got him back for like the little cameo at the end.
Groovyy.
But overall, I mean, if you were to ask me which one I want to sit down and watch because like it just stays together, I already know my answer.
Their focal points are kind of identical because at the first films, like they're kind of innocent, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then they evolve into this badass motherfucker that leads the franchise.
Yeah.
1, 3. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3.
Resident
Evil. And here's why I didn't choose Evil Dead, even though I like the franchise more in total. Not a whole lot happens in Evil Dead. Mm-hmm. If the first 2 are literally the same film. The third film is just them directly picking up off the second one. Mm-hmm. The Army of Darkness is just basically lose his sanity for a while, and then he's fighting the Army of Darkness, and that's it. At least with Alice, you have a story that builds upon itself, and like it's almost like subplots with her story, like her journey. Okay. I like Alice's journey a lot more better than I like Ash's because there's not a whole lot there.
Okay, so you're telling me if you had a choice to choose between watching the series of Resident Evil versus Evil Dead, you would watch Resident Evil? You're going to lie to me right now to my face and tell me you'd rather watch Resident Evil than Evil Dead? Because...
No, I would rather watch Evil Dead. But again, I like the stories. I like the sequels better.
Here's my thing. If we're talking about freshness, it's hard to fight the freshness of 3, of Army of Darkness. Because he literally gets transported to medieval times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And even with it being a little comical and shit in certain situations with the fucking Deadites, like the way they came at people and like the way they attacked, even with all of that shit, it's still really fresh. That's a whole fresh take idea on that franchise instead of keeping it in the one area. Now, Resident Evil does cover a lot of different areas and shit, but besides Alice and like a couple other main characters, there's like nothing for me to keep me like, well, I would rather watch it than Evil Dead.
So are you saying like almost too much is happening in Resident Evil?
In a way, yeah, because like literally at one point they nuke a whole fucking city. And the whole aspect of cloning Alice, I didn't like that because there was like a whole like scene of one of them where it was just like 3-4 different Alices doing all this shooting and shit, and they all died. And I was like, all right, cool. So what was the point of that?
Oh, if you want to give it the Evil Dead, I ain't gonna argue with you, bro.
Okay.
Like just straight up.
All right, cool.
It's like either way, it's really fun to watch their journey. Resident Evil does have a lot going on with it, and I guess in a way, because like you know the franchise a little more better than I do, but I do know it well enough to like where them building upon the actual plots of the story does kind of deprive from Alice's journey in a way. So Evil Dead takes the first point.
All right, so now we get into the box office round. If we're looking at... You go into Evil Dead.
So Evil Dead, the first film, they had a budget of $375,000.
Which is very
low. This is indie as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But their box office was $29.4 million, which is the second highest grossing in the film. The lowest was Evil Dead 2, which is only 10.9. The remake is 97.5. You add all that together, the total gross of the entire franchise is $127.43 million.
All right, and then we get into the box office for Resident Evil. And this is where you learn this is no contest for this round. The lowest any Resident Evil film made was $103 million.
Which is almost as much as the total gross of fucking Evil Dead.
The highest any one of them made was 4. The first one was number 1 was 103 in like money. 4 made $300 million. And if you add up the total box offices for all of these motherfuckers, you get a gross of $946.9 million.
Yes, sir.
If the budgets weren't so high, they'd have brought it down $1 million. So, Resident Evil takes the box office round.
By a landslide. So now we get into critical response and audience scores.
So, for Resident Evil, if we get into the criticals, critics did like this movie. These films. They liked 2. 2 was a 6.2 out of 10. And it's not that they didn't like him, but the next highest one was... the lowest one was 4, which is 4.1110, which made the most money, but the critics just were not fucking with it. If you average them all out, you get 4.66 out of 10.
Going to Evil Dead, but the lowest in the franchise is the remake at a 6.16 out of 10. The highest, of course, being the original, which is a high of 8.04 out of 10.
Which is insane.
Which is insane for some of these that we know and love. You average everything out, you get 7.24 out of 10.
Which is one of the highest averages for critic scores we have. Which means it also beat Resident Evil in that section. But we have the audience scores. The audience scores on like Rotten Tomatoes fucking hated the Resident Evil films. Because it
made money though.
It made money. The one that made the one that was the highest rated was the last one. And it was a 37%. The lowest one was 2, which was 20%. That's bad, y'all. Like, And you average it out, that's 28%. That's I didn't think it was that bad, dude. I really didn't.
That's low. That's low.
That's low.
So you take Evil Dead, and this might surprise some of you. The lowest was, again, the remake at 63%. The highest of the franchise is Evil Dead 2 at a whopping 97%.
Damn.
Now, just below the first one, which was 95%. To be up in that range of 90 or above is almost fucking impossible for horror movies.
That's a perfect film almost.
Like, 80% of our bracket contestants are fucking probably 60 or 50 below.
Yeah.
But you average it all out, you get 82%.
Which means Evil Dead takes the critical and audience round. So now it's a 2-1. Now we move on to kills. Which franchise had the better kills?
So with the Evil Dead, the one I picked, that I love the most, the Deadite being dismembered.
I just put very bloody axe dismember, like the Deadite, because like it was a lot of blood.
That and the runner-up had to be when Ash had to behead his own fucking girlfriend.
Yeah,
you know that's a bitch.
It is.
Get to Evil Dead 2. I mean, again, you have sort of the same kills. It's the same movie, just built upon towards the end. The one that I noted was this guy wearing overalls gets sucked into this trap door where they trap the Deadite, and all you see is fucking blood just.
Yeah, like he was just eviscerated.
Like, I don't know.
I agree.
I don't want to know what the fuck will happen to cause that shit, dude.
No. I also, like, as a side note, put the one where, like, the Deadite was on the ground saying, I'll swallow your soul.
I'll swallow your soul.
He's like, swallow this. That was beautiful.
Okay, Evil Dead 3, which, to throw it out there, is my least favorite in the franchise. But it had the best kills in the franchise, dude. Listen to some of this. So, a Deadite is beheaded by Ash with a chainsaw in a pit, mid-air. Okay? He gets thrown down to a pit with these fucking Deadites. They throw the fucking chainsaw down, picks it up. The next one I put, Ash blows his fucking Deadite away behind his shoulder. Not even looking this.
I picked both of those also.
And my third one, I could not pass this up. Okay?
I feel like I know what you mean.
It's fucking Ash and his fucking car.
Oh, yeah, the propeller.
When he fucking did that propeller shit, when he's chopping bitches, running bitches over, blasting bitches. And also, I like where he killed his little mini Ash with a fork.
That was funny.
He says, "You little bastard." So, Evil Dead had great fucking kills in the third one. The remake, I really only picked one. Again, it had basically the same kills as the remake. But there's one in this film I have to fucking mention.
All right, before you get into that one, because I know you didn't mention this one. I did the one at the beginning where this dude shotgun, like, you know, like, you're like, I'm sorry, sweetie. And, like, she's on fire, and he fucking shot her with the shotgun. Yeah. I actually like that one. But, because I already know which one he's going to talk about, because it's so fucking amazing. Go ahead.
It's a chainsaw kill.
Yep. It's the chainsaw through the motherfucker.
Like,
through the mouth, bro.
This bitch is in a yoga position, just getting fucking, all you see is blood, like blood splattering the fucking.
You think you were watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, bro? Like, that's amazing.
It was so gruesome. It was fucking beautiful.
Okay, now if we get to the Resident Evil kills, there's literally hundreds in each of them. So to limit this down was a lot harder. But in the first one, there was the motherfucker that got cut in half with the lasers. I love that shit.
That's one I picked.
There was one part where, like, Alice just went ham in the sewers. Like, she was killing a bunch of motherfuckers. And then there was one that was kind of funny. There's one SWAT guy had, like, just zombies coming up. And, like, you think he's about to kill himself. And, like, and then you hear the gunshot. And it's off screen. So, like, oh, so he killed himself. Then, no, you look, turns back. He shot a zombie with his last bullet. And he's just there now. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Oh, and then there was, like, this one creature that yanked a dude out of a fucking moving subway, like, ripped the door off, fucking grabbed his ass, and then pulled him with him. We into 2. Like, Alice killed this fucking zombie with a motorcycle. Like, she shot the motorcycle. It exploded. It killed the motherfucker. And then she finished off 2 more this like with a shotgun like inside that church. And then
That Mike Epps?
Mike Epps, bro. GTA motherfucker. I got 10. He's like 10 points. That's probably my favorite kill from that movie, just because it was so hilarious. I fucking loved it. 4, there was only 2 that I really liked. There's one dude who took a fucking plane, went all the way down into this horde of fucking zombies, and like killed like 80 something of the motherfuckers.
Blended the motherfuckers.
With just the blades. And then of course they're like there's like glass ceiling coming down to Alice, and there's hellhounds coming at her, and she just fucking kicks a shard of glass through the motherfucking hellhound. That's clean to me, bro.
Oh, if you didn't hear me last time, don't fuck with Alice.
There was 5 where Wong shoots that motherfucker with the grappling hook, hits him in the chest, and basically pulls like a scorpion and is like, get over here! That was dope. One dude got like shot up with bullets, and while he hits the ground before a gun does, the gun drops, he catches it and shoots the motherfucker. That was pretty dope, I guess. 6, my 2 favorite ones were Alice put a fucking claymore inside of a fucking car, and this creature flew over it, tripped the claymore, blew up the car, killed the fucking thing. That was dope. And then Alice gets caught with like a wire around her leg, and the fucking Umbrella Corp dudes are just so fucking incompetent. She just takes them all out, and that was just a badass fucking scene. But like, if we're talking about kills for the franchise, it's hard for me not to pick Resident Evil, bro.
No competition.
Like, I mean, I feel like Evil Dead is a better movie, but Resident Evil had better fucking kills, bro.
You ain't fucking with Alice and her kills.
Alice is fucking nasty, bro. I love it.
Even then, like you had some characters who heroically died in a badass manner in Resident Evil 2, so...
There was one guy who saved this girl from some hellhounds, and then while he's trying to introduce himself, gets taken down by a hellhound, and another hellhound comes, and he's like, oh shit, and gets bit in the face. Oh, it was beautiful. But yeah, Resident Evil takes the kill round, which means we come down
to the final tiebreaker.
We need none of this. We need fearfulness.
Fearfulness, ladies and
Evil Dead versus Resident Evil. Which situation would you be more scared of? And let's put ourselves in the protagonist's shoes, alright? So if we were in Evil Dead, we're Ash. If we're in Resident Evil, we're Alice. Walk me through what it would be like as Ash in the Evil Dead.
So imagine being a young man. A young, stunning man. Going on this getaway with your girlfriend, with your friends, right? Y'all go to this secluded cabin. Y'all are having this good time. You see this weird-ass record player, you play it. You're like, huh, that's weird. Then all of a fucking sudden, the fucking door pops open, your girlfriend gets fucking possessed. You gotta kill her. You have to kill all your motherfucking friends, people that's close to you. But the bad part is it doesn't stop there. You get sucked into this fucking portal, which throws you into a different fucking time zone. Like fucking medieval. Basically tell you, hey bro, you're the chosen one. You have to fight this whole motherfucking army of Deadites. The army of darkness.
That's fucking insane. Now, if we do
Alice,
it's
a little more complicated.
It's a lot more complicated because not only do you get regular fucking zombies, but then you have
genetically enhanced.
You have like the tongue licker ones, like the ones that have the fucking long ass tongue. There was one dude that enhanced himself where he had these fucking like 3 things that shot out of his fingers. He fucking like killed a motherfucker with it. There was this giant motherfucking zombie, which I'm pretty sure was just like Matt. They just like enhanced him. He shot down a sniper with a fucking rocket launcher, then pulled out a turret gun and then ran through some motherfuckers.
It's an overkill.
Dude, like, bro, that's just insane. And then, like, every film, like I said, like, there was hundreds of kills. One of them had 700 deaths. So which one would you be more scared of, Ray?
If the pressure's on me, I hate to let you down, Ash. But it's Resident Evil.
It's Resident Evil, bro. I'm so sorry, Ash.
And I'm just saying that because of the genetically enhanced part of it.
Yes.
Like, if it's just zombies, it's zombies, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically zombies versus demons.
Mm-hmm.
On the contrary, though, you can kill one of these fucking demons and it's just going to possess somebody else.
Yeah.
Or you. But to have the whole fucking United States, you know, crawling with fucking...
Not even just the United States, the entire fucking world.
They fucking fly.
Yeah.
Like, there's you have the fucking Hulk there, you got fucking birds.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn birds. Like, there's no competition here. It breaks my fucking heart, but it was one hell of a battle. But Resident Evil takes it now.
It moves on to the next round. I would have never thought that was going to happen. Let us know what you thought. Just to clarify, we both think the Evil Dead movies are better than Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It's just everything else kind of helped it. Like the box office helped it. The fact that it had better kills. And the fact that the fucking zombies would be more scary to fight.
Word.
Honestly. So, yes, Resident Evil takes it. Let us know what you thought. Tell us why we're wrong. Because I'm sure I'm going to see a few of them where you're wrong. And I'm cool with it. If you're doing the bracket, let us know where you are in the bracket. Resident Evil will take on the winner of Purge versus Children of the Corn. So that'll be coming up soon. But until next time, y'all, deuces.
Adios.
On the couch like damn, what a slam. Bring us back to you, grouches. My crew just might roll on you like